For the Cleveland Browns, the stakes could not be higher. This isn't just about dollars or touchdowns. It's about survival. If Shedeur Sanders leaves, Cleveland doesn't just lose its quarterback. They lose the face of their future, the anchor of their fan base, and, in many ways, the soul of the franchise. And with two offers already on the table, that possibility is very real. Both the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints have stepped into this fight with unprecedented force. If you're into the real story and all the messy twists they don't show on highlight reels, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're sticking around to see how this Browns QB chaos plays out, you should definitely be subscribed. Each putting forward a $275 million proposal. That's not just record money, it's record intent. These aren't contracts, they're statements. Statements that Sanders is a kind of player who can redefine a team, a city, and maybe even the league itself. Baltimore's offer, innovation as a weapon. Baltimore's pitch to Sanders is rooted in strategy and vision. They're not just selling him on money. They're selling him on transformation. Pairing Shedeur Sanders with Lamar Jackson would create one of the most unpredictable quarterback tandems in NFL history. Jackson, a proven MVP, brings speed and explosiveness, while Sanders offers precision and adaptability. Together, they present defenses with an impossible dilemma: prepare for one style of attack and get punished by the other. The Ravens are making a clear case. Sanders wouldn't just join their team. He'd join a revolution. They're offering the chance to help reshape how football is played, to be remembered as part of the duo that redefined offensive football in the 21st century. For a player as ambitious as Sanders, that's not just tempting, it's legacy-defining. New Orleans' offer, heart over head. Where Baltimore appeals to logic and innovation, New Orleans appeals to emotion and identity. The Saints are framing Sanders as more than just a quarterback. They're positioning him as the cultural centerpiece of their franchise. Since Drew Brees retired, New Orleans have been searching for its next icon, someone who can embody the spirit of the city both on and off the field. Their pitch is direct. Be our savior. Be our leader. Be the face of New Orleans. The Saints are offering Sanders a chance to not just play football, but to become a part of the heartbeat of a city that thrives on passion and resilience. They're promising him a role that transcends a game, one where his name becomes synonymous with the city's pride and spirit. This isn't just about championships for New Orleans. It's about identity. They're telling Sanders he can step into the void left by Brees and etch his name into the city's story forever. Cleveland's nightmare scenario. For the Browns, these offers are more than just competition. They're existential threats. Baltimore offers Sanders a chance to innovate alongside one of the league's brightest stars. New Orleans offers him the chance to become a cultural legend. Both offers dwarf what Cleveland can currently provide, a struggling franchise still trying to find stability amid years of chaos and disappointment. Meanwhile, Cleveland, they're just panicking. The Browns thought they had time. They thought they'd drafted a superstar and had years to slowly build around him. They thought they'd finally escaped the curse. But these offers blindsided them. And now, they're scrambling to catch up, try and make promises they probably can't keep. It's desperation. They're restructuring deals, begging veterans to take cuts, trying to cobble together enough cap space to even pretend they can match. But money isn't the issue here. It's trust. It's vision. It's belief. And Cleveland? They've never been good at any of those things. The media circus is loving every second of this. Talk shows are running graphics with Sanders and Ravens purple or Saints black and gold. Analysts are screaming about how this is the biggest power play in NFL history. Twitter's flooded with memes roasting Cleveland. Sanders in a Browns jersey one second, then photoshopped into Mardi Gras beads the next. And the fans? Browns fans are furious, rallying outside the stadium with signs that say, "Pay the man," and "Don't curse US again." Ravens fans are chanting his name at games like he's already theirs. Saints fans are practically planning parades. This isn't just business. It's theater. But what makes this saga so dramatic isn't just the chaos around Sanders. It's Sanders himself. Because through all of this, he's been silent, calm, almost smug. He's not rushing to reassure Cleveland fans. He's not hinting at which way he's leaning. He's watching the storm swirl around him, and he's standing perfectly still. That's power. And that's why the league is panicking. Because for the first time, a rookie quarterback isn't playing by their rules. He's holding the entire NFL hostage. And he knows it. Let's talk ripple effects, because this story is bigger than Sanders. If he cashes in, if he takes one of these $275 million deals, the floodgates are open. Every top rookie from now on is going to demand superstar money before they've even played a full season. The old model, rookies proving themselves before payday, collapses, and owners are terrified. Because Shedeur Sanders isn't just negotiating his contract. He's reshaping the economics of the league. He's setting a precedent that could tilt power away from franchises and straight into the hands of players. It's the NBA-ification of football, player empowerment, NFL edition. But let's not ignore the emotional stakes. For Cleveland, Sanders isn't just a quarterback. He's hope. He's redemption. He's a chance to finally erase decades of misery. If he stays and succeeds, he won't just be a hero. He'll be a myth, the man who broke the curse. But if he leaves, it'll feel like betrayal, like destiny itself ripped hope out of their hands and gave it to someone else. And Cleveland fans, who've suffered longer than anyone, will be left staring at another empty promise. For Baltimore, Sanders is revolution. For New Orleans, he's resurrection. For Cleveland, he's survival. 3 different futures, all hinging on one choice. Now here's where it gets even more cinematic. The league office. You better believe Roger Goodell and his army of lawyers are watching this like hawks. The whispers of tampering are already spreading. The NFL thrives on control, on balance, on parity. And Sanders' saga threatens all of that. If players this young can spark bidding wars, if they can leverage instability into generational contracts before their careers even take off, then the NFL's entire system is up for grabs. Sanders isn't just negotiating. He's breaking the game. So what happens next? If he stays in Cleveland, he'll be remembered as a quarterback who risked everything to try and rewrite history. If he goes to Baltimore, he'll be remembered as a pioneer who revolutionized offense. If he goes to New Orleans, he'll be remembered as a savior who revived the city's football soul. This isn't a win-lose. It's win-win-win for him. The only loser here is Cleveland if they can't figure out how to hold on. And let's be honest, right now, Cleveland looks like the kid in class who didn't study, sitting between 2 geniuses who are acing the exam. That's the beauty and the tragedy of this saga. Shedeur Sanders is 21 years old, and he already has more power than most quarterbacks will ever touch. His decision won't just shape his career. It'll reshape the league. And everyone knows it. So let's put it plainly. Cleveland is in full-blown panic mode. Baltimore is plotting a revolution. New Orleans is promising immortality. The NFL is bracing for impact. And Shedeur Sanders? He's standing there calm as ever, holding all the cards, knowing the next move he makes will echo through history. Now, here's where I turn it to you. If you were Shedeur, what would you do? Stay in Cleveland and risk it all for the chance to break a curse? Or take $275 million and either revolutionize the game in Baltimore or become immortal in New Orleans? Because no matter what he chooses, this isn't just a contract. It's a turning point in NFL history. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's argue about this for the next decade. And if you want to keep up with every twist, every meltdown, every cultural earthquake, just like this one, hit that subscribe button. Because Shedeur Sanders isn't just changing football. He's changing the future. And trust me, you don't want to miss what comes next. Baltimore and New Orleans are writing their own narratives, and they're seductive. Baltimore is playing the role of the mad scientist, pitching Sanders on a football revolution. They're saying, don't just be a quarterback. Be part of an experiment that terrifies defenses forever. They're showing film reels of Lamar Jackson breaking ankles, then cutting to Sanders' highlight reels, painting a picture of 2 quarterbacks operating like twin engines. One explosive, one surgical. Together, unstoppable. It's not just a playbook. It's destiny rewritten. New Orleans, oh, their pitch is spiritual, emotional. The Saints are reminding Sanders of Mardi Gras parades, second lines, resilience after hurricanes, a fan base that lives and breathes football like it's oxygen. Their message is clear. Come here and don't just play, belong. Become the heir to breeze, the savior of our city. They're offering him a crown, polished and waiting, with his name already engraved. And honestly, that's hard to turn down. Cleveland knows it, and that's why they're unraveling. Their pitch, when you strip away the panic, boils down to this. We need you. Please don't leave us. It's desperation disguised as loyalty. And desperation never sells well. Because Sanders isn't just weighing money. He's weighing legacy. He's weighing where his name will echo longest. And Cleveland, haunted by decades of failure, doesn't exactly scream immortality. Let's not forget the cultural stakes here. Shedeur isn't just a quarterback. He's a movement. He's the first rookie in NFL history to move markets with his brand before his stats. He's proven that you don't need Super Bowl rings to command cultural gravity. You just need authenticity, charisma, and timing. And the offers on the table prove it. $275 million isn't being thrown at him for touchdowns alone. It's being thrown at him for what he represents. Future, relevance, marketability. He's not just a player. He's a franchise in human form. And the ripple effect? It's terrifying for owners. If Sanders cashes in, the blueprint changes forever. No more rookies waiting patiently for their payday. No more prove-yourself-first contracts. Suddenly, every top prospect will walk into negotiations saying, Shedeur got it. Why shouldn't I? Owners see the writing on the wall. They see the NBA-style player empowerment era creeping into football, and they're panicking. The NFL thrives on control, on predictable structures. Sanders is tearing those structures down with one negotiation. This isn't just about him. It's about the future of the league. Meanwhile, fans are living this like it's life or death. In Cleveland, the mood swings daily. Some cling to optimism. He'll stay. He's loyal. He won't leave us. Others brace for heartbreak. We should have known. We can't have nice things. In Baltimore, fans are already dreaming out loud, sketching plays on napkins, picturing Lamar and Shedeur together like superheroes in a comic book crossover. And in New Orleans, the city's buzzing with hope. Street vendors are printing Sanders mock jerseys. Jazz musicians are improvising chants with his name. It feels like the second coming of Breeze, before it's even real. This isn't a contract negotiation anymore. It's folklore being written. But the question hanging over everything is this. What does Shedeur want? Does he want to be the martyr who risks it all for Cleveland, trying to break a curse that swallowed greater men before him? Does he want to be the innovator, teaming up with Lamar to rewrite offensive football forever? Or does he want to be the cultural icon, stepping into New Orleans as the savior of a city that craves heroes? Each choice is tempting. Each choice carries risk. And each choice guarantees a different kind of immortality. Now, let's turn the spotlight back on Cleveland's curse, because it's impossible to ignore. This is a franchise that's chewed up and spit out quarterbacks like sunflower seeds. Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield. The list reads like a graveyard of maybe next times. And now, finally, they stumbled into a generational talent. Someone bigger than the game itself. And yet, somehow, they're about to lose him. It feels cruel. It feels cosmic. Like the football gods are laughing, dangling hope in Cleveland's face just long enough to snatch it away. And if Sanders leaves, Cleveland won't just be mocked. They'll be broken. Because this isn't just another quarterback flameout. This would be the ultimate betrayal. Meanwhile, Shedeur's silence is the loudest sound in the room. Every day he doesn't commit is another dagger to Cleveland's heart. Every cryptic Instagram post, every calm press conference, every shrug. It all feeds a fire. If he were staying, wouldn't he have said it already? Wouldn't he have reassured the fans storming the gates? His silence feels like inevitability. Like he's already gone, just waiting for the right moment to drop the bomb. And the league office? They're scrambling too. Tampering whispers are everywhere. Owners are furious, pointing fingers at each other. Salary cap lawyers are flipping through rule books, looking for loopholes. Roger Goodell is probably sitting in a room muttering, "Control. We need control." But here's the kicker. You can't control a phenomenon. And that's what Sanders has become. So where does it all end? If Sanders stays in Cleveland and pulls it off, he becomes mythic. The man who defied history, who lifted a cursed city on his shoulders. If he joins Baltimore, he becomes a pioneer, the quarterback who helped revolutionize the game alongside Lamar Jackson. If he chooses New Orleans, he becomes a savior, the heartbeat of a city that will crown him king the second he steps off the plane. No matter what, he wins. The only loser here? Cleveland, if they can't stop the bleeding. That's what makes this saga so captivating. It's not just about football. It's about legacy, power, culture, and Shedeur Sanders, barely into his NFL career, is already playing a game bigger than the gridiron. Money isn't the issue. They could hand Sanders a Brinks truck full of cash tomorrow, and it wouldn't erase the franchise's history. It wouldn't erase the endless carousel of quarterbacks, the dysfunction, the blown opportunities. Cleveland's problem isn't a lack of funds. It's a lack of trust. And Shedeur Sanders? He's too smart to ignore that. Think about Baltimore's pitch again, because this part is revolutionary. Lamar Jackson and Shedeur Sanders on the same roster. It's almost unfair. Picture a defense trying to plan for that. You got one of the best dual-threat QBs in the game paired with a precision passer who thrives under pressure. That's not just talent. That's chaos engineered into strategy. Baltimore is basically saying, forget fitting into the old mold. Let's create something new. Let's terrify the league. And in a way, it's perfect for Sanders. He's not a conventional quarterback, and his rise hasn't been conventional either. Why should his career path be? But then, New Orleans walks in with a pitch that tugs straight at the soul. The Saints aren't talking numbers. They're talking belonging. They're pointing to the city's resilience, to its rhythm, to the way football isn't just a game there, it's identity. They're telling Shedeur he won't just be a quarterback in New Orleans. He'll be a symbol. Imagine the parades down Bourbon Street. Imagine the murals. Imagine the chants echoing in the Superdome. New Orleans is dangling legacy in front of him like a crown jewel. And for a guy who's already proven he can command culture, that's the kind of offer that can't be ignored. And yet, through all this noise, Shedeur is silent. He's not jumping on Instagram Live to reassure anyone. He's not leaking cryptic statements to the media. He's letting everyone else panic while he keeps the cards close to his chest. That silence? It's louder than anything he could say. Because silence means control. And right now, Shedeur Sanders has more control than any rookie quarterback in history. Now, let's zoom out to the league office, because the ripple effects here are massive. If Sanders cashes in, the old system is dead. Rookie contracts will never look the same again. Owners will no longer be able to lowball young stars under guise of proving themselves. The precedent will be set. If you're marketable, if you're a brand, if you're bigger than football, you get paid now. That's terrifying for owners. It's destabilizing for the league. And it's thrilling for every future rookie watching from the sidelines. Because let's be honest, this isn't just Shedeur's fight anymore. This is a movement. Fans, of course, are fueling the fire. In Cleveland, desperation has turned into near hysteria. Fans are camping outside the stadium, chanting Sanders' name like it's a prayer. They're flooding the team's social media with messages like, do whatever it takes. The city has hitched its entire sense of hope onto one man, and the thought of losing him feels like betrayal. In Baltimore, fans are salivating at the idea of a dynasty. They're sketching memes of Sanders and Lamar as Batman and Robin, unstoppable and unbreakable. And in New Orleans, the city's practically vibrating with excitement. From jazz clubs to corner stores, people are whispering, what if? What if he comes here? The Saints haven't had this kind of buzz since Drew Brees was throwing bombs in his prime. This isn't just a contract, it's theater. And every fan base is treating it like their personal cliffhanger. But let's not underestimate the psychological side of this, because Shedeur's composure is maybe the most impressive part of the whole saga. Most rookies would buckle under this kind of attention. Most rookies would be overwhelmed by the media frenzy, the fan pressure, the billion-dollar headlines. But Shedeur, he's handling it like he's been here before. Like this was the plan all along. That's what separates stars from icons. So here's the question we keep circling back to. What does Shedeur Sanders want his legacy to be? If he stays in Cleveland, he has the chance to break the curse, to lift a city that's been buried under failure for decades. It's the hardest road, the riskiest gamble, but if he pulls it off, he's a legend forever. If he goes to Baltimore, he has the chance to change the game itself, to revolutionize offensive football alongside Lamar Jackson. He wouldn't just be remembered as a great quarterback, he'd be remembered as a pioneer. If he goes to New Orleans, he becomes a savior of the city, the heartbeat of a culture, the face of a franchise desperate for a new hero. His name would be sung in the streets before he even threw his first touchdown pass. 3 choices, 3 legacies, no wrong answers, only different kinds of immortality. And here's the part that makes Cleveland fans sick to their stomachs. They know their pitch is the weakest. They can't offer innovation like Baltimore. They can't offer cultural immortality like New Orleans. All they can offer is desperation. All they can say is, "We need you," and need isn't always enough. The NFL is holding its breath. Owners are praying this doesn't become the new normal. Analysts predicting a Sanders clause in future contracts to prevent chaos like this from happening again. And fans are eating it up because this is drama at its purest form. It's sports, business, culture, and destiny colliding in real time. So let's be blunt. Shedeur Sanders has already won. He's 21 years old, and he's forced the entire NFL to bend around him. He's proven that a rookie can wield more power than a franchise. He's shown that brand and culture can be just as valuable as touchdowns and stats. Whether he chooses Cleveland, Baltimore, or New Orleans, his name is already etched into history. The only question left is, what kind of legend does he want to be? And that, my friends, is why this saga feels bigger than football. It's not just about a deal. It's about who controls the future of the sport, the teams or the players. Shedeur Sanders is answering that question right now. Shedeur isn't just a quarterback caught in a bidding war. He's become a mirror for the league itself. His choice isn't only about where he'll play. It's about what kind of NFL we're going to see in the next decade. Is this a league where franchises still hold the reins, where rookies have to earn their stripes the old-fashioned way? Or is this the beginning of the era where players step into the league already wielding king-level power, rewriting the rules before they've even broken a sweat in the playoffs? Cleveland is desperate because they know what's really at stake. If Sanders leaves, the Browns don't just lose their quarterback. They lose their chance of being a franchise that finally clawed its way out of the grave. Think about it. Cleveland has been defined by curses, heartbreak, and almosts. Sanders was the one player who made fans believe that maybe, just maybe, the cycle was broken. If he walks now, that's not just a setback. That's a generational gut punch. Meanwhile, Baltimore and New Orleans aren't just offering contracts. They're offering futures. The Ravens' pitch is practically a manifesto. Join Lamar. Change the game. Leave your fingerprints on history. The Saints' pitch is more poetic. Join us, lead us, and we'll make you the soul of our city. And all the while, Shedeur sits silent. That silence, it's power, it's control. Every day he doesn't answer. The Browns sweat harder, the fans scream louder, and the media circus grows. He's watching the world dance around him, and he doesn't even have to lift a finger. That's the part that blows my mind. At 21, Sanders has become bigger than the teams chasing him, bigger than the league trying to contain him, bigger than the game itself. He's not just playing football, he's reshaping the ecosystem around it. So, the $1 million, or should I say $275 million. Question is this: what does Shedeur Sanders want to be remembered for? The myth who stayed in Cleveland and fought against destiny? The pioneer who helped Baltimore rewrite football? Or the savior who brought New Orleans back to glory? Whichever path he takes, history is watching. And when he finally makes that call, the ripple effect is going to change everything. Now let me throw it back to you. If you were Shedeur, which crown would you take? Cleveland's impossible gamble, Baltimore's innovation, or New Orleans' immortality? And hey, if you want to stay locked in on sagas like this, where sports meets chaos and culture collide with cash, hit that subscribe button. Because this isn't just football anymore, it's legend in the making. And the next chapter? It's going to be explosive.